that's huge to hear you vocalize or verbalize.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have this conversation then now about the digitization, or where would you like to go in this conversation?
So I do mid-morning. For a while, I'm growing this Team Adelle thing, and I want it to be a youth movement. I want it to be less about me and more about the people in it. But I also understand branding. So I start doing giveaways of merchandise. I get a guy in Tao who prints t-shirts. I tell him to make Team Adelle like this very, very basic thing. And I'm like, and at that time I really loved snapbacks. They were in. So I'm like, I want snapbacks. I want t-shirts. What else did we do? I think we did the snapbacks and t-shirts. And then I bought plain, from Textbook Center, plain gift bags, black ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing I told him to print for me was stickers of Team Adelle. So I would stick the sticker on this gift bag so it looks like it's a branded gift bag.
Yeah.
And then inside is a t-shirt with Team Adelle, a snapback. Then every second week I'll do giveaways on my page for this merchandise, and even on air. Again,
on air,
I was allowed to get away with nonsense that other people. And then, because I didn't have an office, where do you come and pick your gift? The reception. Lion's Place. I was boys with the receptionist, Jane. I'm like, Jane, my people are coming. These are their details. Call me when they come. I take a picture with them.
Oh my God, you are beginning to infuse social media alongside your radio presenter brand.
Oh yeah.
That is also, so powerful.
At this time, I'm very cognizant that I'm not going to be here forever.
So like I'm growing my audience and I'm outie with them.
And I'm out. Like I need to do this ASAP.
Yeah.
I don't have Beyonce money, but I'm going to do it. And I remember even when I moved to breakfast telling PQ, the CEO, about it. And I told him I used to use like a 1,000 bob every month on those gift bags, right? You have a better budget.
Mm-hmm.
You should look into it, sir. It kind of helps. It kind of helps growing your page, do giveaways, get merchandise, make people feel like they're part of a community.
Yeah.
And for us, it grew. And then I identified some of the people within Team Adelle who had leadership skills.
Hold on, let's talk about this Team Adelle. Like I'm still stuck at the place of you used to meet these people.
Yeah.
So you have conversations.
They're my friends.
Till today?
Yeah.
You're still with that same
I write
team?
references. I'm on their CV references.
No way. Hey,
I'm friends with them.
Tell you.
One of them is my photographer for events. Oliver. Shout out Oliver.
From Team Adelle?
From Team Adelle.
And from just this whole... you are the perfect example of digital reflection. Offline, which is main old school media, radio, all the way now you've redirected to digital.
I knew all of them have to work hand in hand in terms of their strengths, right? Yeah, they're my friends. In fact, I was doing a project last week. Mm-hmm. It's one of them who hooks me up with contacts of who to talk to so my project works.
Oh my God, this is so mind-blowing. The person who I know does this on a large scale is Louis Ryan, one of the music producers. Mm-hmm. Like he created a cult as an independent artist.
Yeah.
Amina, because I used to do a bit of her digital, so with Team Amina, we sort of ran with that. But I didn't understand that Team Adelle was on steroids like this.
Yeah. So they used to show up to the office. Like I remember my boss saying it's a cult.
So like walk me through this. Like by the way, this is the convo for me. Me, I love digital understanding.
Yes.
So you start this hashtag Team Adelle.
I didn't even start it. My listeners at 1FM started it. Because remember, I'm doing the show alone.
Yeah.
And my show didn't have a name. So they used the hashtag Team Adelle. So now during the show, that's what we roll with.
Okay.
And at first I was very uncomfortable with it because I felt like it's a bit conceited.
Yes.
But then I was like, it's already made, so we go with it. Okay,
so just because of you being good at your gift and the kind of music that you played and the interaction that you had, some people identified with you to the point where they moved. So I said there's viewers, consumers, ambassadors.
Yeah.
Ambassadors are now the people who start hashtags like Team Adelle. So they start this thing. So when they're doing this thing, what do you do from a social media perspective? Are you responding to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Each and every one of the tweets that came in,
you are responding back to each and every.
And
So this
following.
is after the show or during the show, whenever.
Anytime.
But on the show, you're not mentioning, of course. Of course, you are like,
I'm shouting them out. Oh, yeah.
oh my God.
I'm shouting them all out.
Okay.
They've taken time out to listen to me and even tweet
And ask
me.
questions. Okay, so now you've built crazy emotional connection with them. That's what you're doing when you respond. So now when you move to Kiss, these guys move with you. It's not the show they were hooked on. It is the person.
Yeah.
Wow, first of all, that's so huge. It's not even the
Yeah.
show they were hooked on to. It was you. And that was a huge leverage as to why you go to Kiss.
Absolutely.
Because of this following that you have.
Yeah.
Okay, so at Kiss now, do you continue doing the same thing? In fact,
Yeah.
you kick it up and buy merchandise.
I buy merchandise. I know it's a bigger platform in terms of national reach. And I still say the hashtag Team Adelle on air. Because I'm like, I said it the first time, I'm looking at the door like, then we're going to come and be like, wait, you're not here to sell yourself,
Yeah.
you're here to sell the music. Nobody did. Second day, third day. Then I grew now. Hashtag Yeah. And I got some of them jobs at Kiss.
Wait, hold on, wait. Okay, I want to understand. So now so you're at Kiss, hashtag Team Adelle, you're doing your thing, you're mentioning it, then you decide. So at this time, have you met them?
Yeah.
You met them when you were at 1FM?
I can't remember if I met at 1FM, but for sure at Kiss I met them.
So when you are not at work, you are still online having conversations with these guys? Hey Adelle, what you're talking about is crazy.
And I loved it because I loved understanding my audience a bit better.
So where would you meet them? Is it one-on-ones or group?
Groups would do charity things. They'd plan charity events. Yeah.
Then they'd invite you.
Then I'd come. I'd go. I've been to very many corners of this Nairobi that I had never known of before. We'd go. There's a time they invited me town where people do their skating. We call Aga Khan walk.
Yeah.
They were feeding street children.
Hold on, when you say they, it's like they became a movement on their own. They became
And I
friends with
wanted
each
that.
other.
Yeah. And I wanted that. I was like, I want to kind of like have mentorship, but like leadership skills. So for me, and I was very clear that this differentiated me from other presenters or personalities who had teams. And it's something that I'm going to share it. It's a secret.
A secret sauce.
If you build things that are centered only around you, it'll never go far. That you're the only one who's gaining, it'll never go far. But if you build things that you're humble enough to let it have impact and let other people take space in it, that's where it goes far. So even if I was very clear that this Team Adelle thing is not something to fan myself with. No, it's something that I'm trying to do something to impact others. It's not about me. It has to be bigger than you for it to go far. And many people in the public limelight have a problem with that because you're so caught up in you. You're so caught up in you. So everything you build is around you and only you and serves only you. It can only fika here. And that's it. But if you build something and a space to let other people grow in it and whatever, and that requires an element of humility, then you build something truly powerful. Even you're doing it. You know the secret. You're not even in front of the camera right now. Why?
Yeah.
Right?
Stop doing a city on me. So, like, I'm digitally obsessed.
Yeah.
So when I hear people calculatedly do digital things without it being a fluke, because it's intentional, I love it, and I try and learn from that. So you create this movement. You know what's blowing my mind is that these guys were united without you. You were just the fact that that brought them together. That they are planning meetup activities as them, but your humility allows you to show up.
Yeah. And I used to tell them, if you raise funds, I'll match what you raise.
Oh.
We're doing a community thing, a charity thing. You raise funds, I'll match what you raise. So really, I'm just following where you guys are going. If you don't raise Sawa, even me I don't raise.
Guy.
And then from there, I now identified that there were some with leadership qualities. I wanted
But that takes having a relationship with them. How many are we talking about at this time?
I mean, our WhatsApp group was full. 250
things. Also, you also move them now into the WhatsApp platform from FB, which is brilliant.
Because even FB, it wasn't a group, or it was just my page. So now we moved to WhatsApp, where we had an actual group. The group still exists.
Yeah.
You just don't use the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I didn't want it to be centered around the show or the station. I wanted that to just be a place where we meet. You get, not to be the essence or the core of everything. So I was like, okay, there are some who I can identify leadership qualities and also their passion points. So some liked music a lot. So I was like, okay, let's do reviews of Kenyan songs. We'll just record with a video, like with a phone. You review some songs. Sometimes I even got some of the artists to come in, would give the artists a merchandise bag. So like Gilad or Sage, I think we did something with Sage. And by the way, at this time, I'm using Kiss Rooms. Radio Africa offices. I'm like, you guys just come at 2 p.m. at this time. And then the artist comes and we get the room. Nobody really understands what are those people doing over there, but people are busy with their work, right? And then now we record. There were some who are more into community stuff. I'm like, okay, your role is you organize our charity events, okay? There are people who are like really good, like another level of leadership. You, Tena, now, you'll oversee every other leader, okay? Great. You're good with digital. You're in charge of the content for the Team Adelle page. Whatever you guys want to put, sawa. Then we used to have tweet chats with different celebrities. Your job is to find the celebrities. And me, I'm not going to be the one to call them. You DM them, the celebs you want to have on the tweet chat. I'll just make for you the poster. And even with time, they started making the posters themselves.
That's great. So if you wanted to trend, you already had a community of guys who believed in you thoroughly.
Yeah.
And in fact, you believed in them and they believed in you.
100%. It was magical.
And let me just tell somebody who's listened to this, don't try and copy paste this word for word in terms of now you're already presenting, you're going to start saying, I'm team. A lot of dynamics were happening then.
For.
Yes, but even digitally, a lot of dynamics were happening.
That are different now.
Kids didn't have their pages, so there's an allowance that could have had it. Now probably when you get a contract to tell you, no, listen, you do this you run with the hashtags for.
And to be quite frank, I think where I've gotten, I have a lot of people who believe in me and who trust in me. And when you're doing any sort of business or partnerships online, it's trust.
Yep.
People are buying into, because let's take Richard's Bank of Kenya, right? Has 100,000 followers. Adelle has 20,000 followers. Why should they pay me to amplify their product? Because people trust me. So they're paying for my trust.
Yep.
And they're paying for the people who say, okay, we trust this chick. And if she said, nah. So really what you are meant to be protecting is that trust. Not blowing things to try and get as many numbers. Do they trust in what you say? Do they connect with it? And you can only do that if you're real.
Yep.
Or like a really good finesser like Tinder Swindler. But like,
but it comes crashing down. Yeah. Yep.
So
trust is the biggest currency in the digital platform.
Exactly. And I think from what I was doing then, I didn't even know I'd be reaping those benefits now. By interacting with those kids to the level where we know each other so much that now we trust each other. Yeah.
And let me also say, by the time you're getting trust being given, that is like any other relationship. It takes time. It's not an instant thing.
Absolutely.
It's constant back and forth having conversations, which is a lot of energy, time, emotional energy, physical energy, mental
Showing
energy,
up,
spiritual energy. You get what I mean? And
I'm just so glad we did that, because first now they are friends. There are people who I follow these people on Instagram.
Them jobs,
You know, so with time, some of them joined. Now when I moved to breakfast.
Okay, so what happens now? So so what? Let's talk about the transition. Is that where we are now from mid morning to breakfast? Okay, what happens? Caroline is leaving.
Was Caroline? Caroline had left.